Boom, 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 boom. Well, hello again on another Wednesday night. I'm Mac Davis, and that, of course, is WWE Hall of Famer Mr. Teddy Long. Hey, Teddy.
Well, I'm in my room here, as you can see, with my warehouse environment and
I
everything. So,
yeah, I see you took since last week. You've done a lot with the room, and yeah,
yeah.
I think you may have moved the animal a little bit off to the side a little bit, but that's about the best. I see a TV behind you, a TV box.
Well, that's the TV that I look at, and here's my friend.
Look here, I'm about to come over there one day. We're gonna have to set your room up a little bit and then make it look a little, tidy there for you.
Well, I'd appreciate it. Come do whatever you can.
Look here, while everybody's coming into the room, let me ask you, Teddy. I know you're about 2 hours north of where I am, and this weekend sounds like it's gonna be a bad weekend weather-wise. Have
Well,
you
that's
heard?
what they're saying. I've been keeping up with it here on the news and stuff. So I think Sunday and Saturday and night and Sunday is when we're really gonna get it.
Yep.
So we just have to, this is God's work. So we just have to sit back and hope we all be safe.
And, a lot of people who are watching it, we're from the South. So, we know that a lot of folks in the northern states are used to all this stuff. But in the South, snow almost cripples the South, much less what they're calling for this weekend, which is a lot of ice. And ice, we've had an ice storm when I lived in this house, it's been about, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe. And I hated that because it popped power lines, trees were down, had no power for 7 days. And I do not want to go through that again. So I'm hoping that ice is not as bad as they say, but it sounds like it's going to be a rough weekend.
They're pretty much getting ready. When you see them getting all the trucks and all this equipment, then they know a lot more than we know, and they ain't telling you everything.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Everybody was hoping it was going to be snow. No, man, the ice is just a pain in the ass. That's all it really is.
well, all of it's snow, ice, all the same.
Teddy, I saw this afternoon that Bobby Duncan passed away at the age of 81. Do you remember Bobby much?
Yes. I didn't know Bobby was 81 though. Yeah, I
That
remember
surprised
him.
me.
I kind of when I broke in, he was working then, and I had a chance to work with him on several occasions. Man, we super nice guy.
Teddy, I was kind of teasing you a little bit before we went live about a story I wanted to talk about. God, look
I
here.
want to know what this is too, because I mean, I don't keep up with it much, so I'm interested in to see what.
Well, just recently, WWE and AAA had an event, and they made a video package for Dominik Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dominic, as everybody knows, he is involved in AAA, which is also working with WWE now, and he's in WWE, and he's one of the bigger stars of that company. Well, as they put that video together, Teddy, they posted him wearing a belt, and it's kind of a drawing artwork or some kind of, you'll see, I'm going to show you a picture of it here. But I want you to notice the belt that he is wearing. Now, can you see that? Can you see the letters of that belt well enough to know what it says?
It says AEW, look like to me.
It damn sure does. AEW. He is. How do you do that, Teddy? How do you get to the point where you're producing packages for your company and you've got him wearing the belt of another company?
And he never worked there.
No, it was AI generated. That's what they did. They relied on artificial intelligence to help them produce that video, and that is the result they got. Now, if they say, I did see somewhere today, they said that it wasn't the entire time of that part of the video where that belt looked like that. It looked like WWE at one time, then it switched into AEW, then went back to WWE. I don't care how long it was.
It still showed AEW.
Yeah.
It's somebody. You was talking about this at one time about that A&I stuff. That's something you can't trust. That is dangerous, man, because they can put words in your mouth like you're saying something it's not really you. Somebody can go out commit a crime. You know what I mean? And they can fix like it was you. So that's really dangerous.
No, yeah. There are a lot of times. Look, I've tried some of the AI things just to see what they do. And it
Mm-hmm.
is extremely frightening to me because as a voice talent, it was one of the first signs I noticed. It was when they started having the AI voices doing all these commercials you hear on, on the
Oh,
net,
they got
whatever.
stuff now where you can make your own song, you can
Yep.
sing and all this. So, but that's just giving people your information, how to really, get into your business and how to hack you and stuff. So, yeah,
Well, my fear, Teddy, too, is that if I went on one of these sites and I tried AI, and look, I may just be, a nut, and I'm older and I don't understand, but
yeah,
in my business, they wanted me to lay down tracks for this AI because I looked into it. They wanted me to lay down certain phrases and the way I would say them, and then I could write a script and it would sound just like me, but the AI would be taking my tones and inflections and creating that voice, which means at any time in the future, my voice now belongs to whoever that app belongs to. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And you lose money that way because all of a sudden, why would
Well,
they pay me money if they're going to go on AI and buy some inferior product? And it is inferior. For those of you, I know when you hear those, you can tell that they're not real.
yeah.
They can't give you the.
And then some things you hear from people, they wouldn't say that.
Oh no. It's a frightening thing. It really is, and I'm curious to see what that's going to do in professional wrestling, Teddy, because I can see where somebody could actually use AI to create their own wrestling league and you would believe what you were seeing because you wouldn't know any better.
Right.
Jeez. Look here. One more thing before we get into some other stuff here. WWE's Unreal. Have you had a chance to catch any of that,
No.
Ted?
I
Go
I,
ahead.
I remember some of it. I did see it. Is this like a part two or something? Because I
This is the
seen
second
something on
season.
one of
Yep.
them where they showed the booking meetings and
Yeah.
how they was creating the storylines and how they approached Rock when he first got to the arena and Hunter's telling them, "Here's what we're gonna do." Blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah. I'd seen the
Yeah,
first of it.
that was the first season. This is the second season now, and the very first episode. And guys, those of you who are in the room, by the way, you can be a part of the show. It's free. All you have to do is leave a message on the comment section. We'll throw them up on the screen in just a minute. And by the way, those of you who do leave messages or send emails, whatever we use on the show, you'll go into a drawing for a free Road Trip After Hours. I'm trying to get my fingers right. Road Trip After Hours ball cap, and all you have to do is just become a part of the show. Just participate. And who knows? Maybe we'll pull your name at the end of the night because Teddy pulls his favorite comment during the evening. I'm going to take this off, by the way. And by the way, let me bring this up too. That was hat number one. Okay. That's one version of our hats. Just today, Teddy,
Mm-hmm.
here's the new one that came in with the other logo on there, the black and white logo
Oh
of
yeah.
Road Trip After Hours. So we now have two versions of these caps that you'll find. We'll bring those both on location when we or somewhere to do signings and stuff, so you can get the hats
Well,
there if you
I'll
don't want
probably
them
have.
here.
Hopefully, I'll have some with me. I'm gonna be in New Jersey. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be in Maryland in March. I've got 3 dates there for James Ellsworth. I'll be telling you more about that. So hopefully, I'll have some of the hats there.
Very cool.
Also in Atlanta here, I think February 21st, 22nd. Hopefully, Matt, you can be there. We're doing something with Nick Patrick's company, so hopefully, we'll have some hats on that show.
Yeah, it's these hats. When I have family members asking for a hat, Teddy, I know that the hat must be something that they like because they never asked me for anything. And then they saw, I
Well,
think the colors, they just like everything about it. They're like, hey, that's cool.
yeah. And also, we'll definitely have some in St. Louis at the SICW Big Fan Fest there coming up in May. So we definitely will have them there.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we'll talk about that in just a second. Talk about some of those names. I was talking about Unreal, and I just wanted to mention that on this
Yeah.
Unreal show, Teddy, that the very first episode. For those of you who are watching, leave your comments. This is how I got off track. But leave your comments. And let me know what you think. But the very first episode, man, it was as boring as it could possibly be. And for me, that's your very first show of this series, and you're going to give me a dud like that. And I mean, really, it was flat for me. Now, I'll say this. I watched episode number 2 today to see if it still was just as bad as the first one. No, The second one is more along the lines of what I'm used to seeing. Save yourselves trouble. Skip number one because you may not watch anything else after you watch number one. But take my word for it. Skip one, go straight to number two, and you'll feel like you're actually watching something special. So they got it wrong the first time, got it right the second time. We'll see what happens next week. Okay, one more thing. Undertaker shared a story about a house show, Teddy, and I thought about you. He talked about the house show in Australia that made him really pissed off. He got hot. And he said the reason was because he felt the talent backstage gave nothing to the crowd. He said, quote,
I probably was there.
Yep. He said, quote, we did this show in Australia, the huge house show. We did $1 million gate, right? And I'm sitting there watching the monitor and watching match after match, and it was just dog shit. Guys were dogging it, just walking through it. No energy, no nothing. I ended up cutting a promo on the crew in the locker room like we just did $1 million gate, and this is what we're giving them. Daddy, does that sound familiar?
Well, there, yes, and that's why I have so much respect for Taker. Me and him, 30-year friends, and like I told people, he would always come to TV, and he would to me now. Well, I saw Shawn Michaels do it a couple of times, but Taker would be the only guy that would walk down to that ring, and like the young talent, the guys that were in there, getting together or working on their matches or something, Taker would see something. And if he thought they needed to know, he would stop at whatever he was doing, and he would get in there and help them and work with them. And he didn't have to do that. So that's what I'm saying to you, man. They need people like him, and I'd like to see him in a better role than what he's in now. He needs to be head of talent relation.
That's actually not a bad idea. Now that you mentioned that, Teddy, that's
because they need somebody that's going to be dominant and talk and not play around with these guys. Tell them just like it is. If they come back and like back in the day, sometimes guys would go out and have a match and the guys knew it was horrible. They come right back. Some guy run, hey, good job out there, good job, and they knew that was a lie. I mean, I watched it, I seen it, but Taker wouldn't do that. If you did wrong, he'd be waiting on you, but he didn't cuss you or humiliate you. He'd talk to you like a man and tell you what you did wrong and what needs to be done. So, they just, like I said, he needs to be in a role like that where probably just head of talent relation, because he would be the guy and people could get along with him. You can get along with him. He's not worried about, his ego and how can I screw you around today or tomorrow. He ain't that kind of guy.
And the guys and girls would be less likely to talk back. They'd more respect for Taker.
If they did it, a lot of guys don't know him like we know him, so a lot of guys might be disrespectful. But one thing about Taker, once that happened, he put them right in their place immediately. They'd never do that again.
We're going to do that. And look, hearing how your matches were and getting that feedback is what makes a great wrestler. If you're not wanting to listen to the views and opinions of the guys who have been there before you, who know more than you know, then you deserve to never grow up that ladder, and you deserve to actually disappear into the to the shadows, because everything that you have learned, and I'm talking to anybody who's in the wrestling business itself, what you're learning is coming from history. It didn't just pop up. This is history. Always respect the history. Listen to what those guys say. I remember many times, Teddy, you and I in independent wrestling, we would go to shows and you would be honest with what you thought about something in the match. It could be a great match, but something stuck out that was not great. And you would go back there. Believe it or not, there are guys who get offended by that. And so you learn to kind of just keep your mouth shut and go, oh, screw them. I ain't never saying another word to them again if that's how they're.
Well, that's me. I'd go to you one time and I can tell if you appreciated what I had to say to you or not, And if I did, then like I said, you maybe you wouldn't do it again, or you'd think about it. I remember one night, me and Ricky Steamboat, we was in Florida there. We was working for the guy down there. And one guy there, Ricky pulled him off to the side, and started talking to him and told him, no, he came up to Ricky and was asking him, about something about his match. He was having a match out there tonight, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Steamboat was there giving him some great advice. I mean, Jesus Christ, took a lot of time with him too. And I swear to you, brother, now we're waiting to see if he's going to do just, like Steamboat told him. So when his match comes up, he went out there, was horrible. He did everything but what Ricky told him. So he didn't care. He didn't pay not attention to nothing Ricky said to him at all.
You know, somebody else that when you talk about Ricky Steamboat doing that, Robert Gibson, I've seen him at independent shows and he will sit with a
Another
guy
one.
and go, yeah, man, he will help you if you will just listen and implement what he is telling you. And he's giving it to you for free. Let me tell
And
you.
Ricky was the same way too.
Yep.
He'd help you as much as he could. Ricky was like that too.
Yep, man. That's it. You know, just listen. That's it. Pretty classy lady. She's in the room, Teddy, saying hello.
Hello.
And she's also saying she's also confused about the weather. She doesn't know what to expect. I think it's going to be a lot of ice. I think that's something we can be sure of. It's going to be a mess, whatever happens.
Well, just wake up and just try to stay safe.
Yep. Darla's in the room. Darla Staggs. Hey, Darla.
All right, Darla, how are you today?
And while we're talking about Darla, let's talk about this. You brought this up a minute ago. SICW FanFest 4. It is coming up on May 8th through the 9th. It's going to be at the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center in Fairview Heights. Yeah, Fairview Heights, Illinois. A special guest, myself, Teddy, will be there. But look at this list, Teddy. Look at all these people who are going to be there that are just named so far. Demolition, Mickey James, Mick Foley, JBL, Bobby Fulton. We're going to have Harvey Whippleman there, the Powers of Pain, Doink the Clown. And look at this. Paul Ellering will be there, Teddy.
Good. God, good to see Paul. Me and him worked quite a bit back in the day when he had the Road Warriors.
Yeah, man. Look here. If you want tickets for this event, Teddy and I will tell you straight up one of our favorite shows every single year. St. Louis, which is really in the same area where we're talking about. Man, they do this right every year. This is the 4th year. Teddy and I have been blessed to be there every single year. And this is something, like I say, we look forward to. So make plans. Go to sicw.org and get your tickets or find out more about vendors as well and be a part of the big event coming up in May.
Yes.
All right. Teddy, let's go to that mailbag. You ready?
I'm ready, player.
All right, hit that tune, boy.
Letters, oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
There we go. I was going to say that sooner or later we're going to do a live show, and I'm going to have to bring that music with us and open up a part of the show with letters because Teddy loves that song so much.
No, I do not.
Darla Staggs, by the way, she says, I wonder if I can make myself a wrestler with AI. That would be scary. Darla, you can. I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I've already seen it. It's available.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
Yeah, man. Curly Man in the room. Good to see you, my friend. Saying hello, Mac and Teddy. Hey, Teddy, got a question. Do you remember having a match where you and another referee with The Rock against 3 other participants on SmackDown? I just saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, it was me, Jack Doan, I think was one of them. I can't remember who the other rep was. Yeah, I remember that.
You know, you mentioned Jack Doan and Teddy. I don't know if you noticed, but on that poster, Jack Doan will also be in St. Louis. FanFest 4.
Just good. I'll let. Yeah, good. Great to see Jack.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Also, we have. Let me get to the first question from the mailbag. Then we'll go back to the screen here. Sam in Arizona. Do you watch WWE anymore? Why or why not?
I watch it because I have to do my podcast here with Mac, so I do watch it. Not, religiously, I don't watch every show. I don't do that. I just watch it enough so if I'm asked a question or I'll know what I'm talking about. But I just don't, I just don't watch it.
Yeah, I keep up with it now. I was at one time when we were Sports Kita, we had to watch it a little bit more than we do now because that we were getting paid to do so. But
yeah, that's the only reason why. Me too.
Yeah.
So I kind of know what I'm talking about. But the time that I do get a chance to watch it and stuff, it just doesn't. Sometimes I see some things that interest me, some that might happen, but then look. Next thing you know, it's not happening. So a lot of things confuse me a little bit. So I just let it go.
He really does. He gets confused quite a bit.
Yeah, man. Jesus.
Let's see. We have Patrick in the room saying, great conversations. Patrick, we appreciate it. We always have fun in here on Wednesday nights.
Thank you, Patrick.
And he's also saying, hey, Darla, what a fun concept. Let's listen to this story. Okay. I guess that means be quiet. Let's see. That's
Patrick Sullins right there. You know Patrick, don't you, Mac?
Remind me now. I hate to say that I don't, but I know the name, but it's not ringing a bell.
Yeah, golly, he comes around to some of the shows and stuff. You know, he tries to do a lot of stuff in the community and work with the kids and stuff. So if you see him, you'll know him.
Yeah, man. And I'm sorry, I'm horrible about that.
Well, yeah, me too, really man. Well, man. I had a chance to kind of talk to him on several occasions, so that's I kind of remember.
Was he in the Georgia area?
Georgia area.
He's in Georgia. Okay, maybe that's why I know that name. That's why that name's ringing a bell.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, what you see, you'll know him.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's go to Lucy in Minnesota, who's asking, what was the most fun you ever saw Vince McMahon having? That's a good question.
Golly, I don't know. I think it might have been one night. I think we were in Memphis, Tennessee, and Vince had somewhere that was BB King was playing there, and Vince wanted to go see BB King, and I think that's where I saw him have the most fun there. He did stop and check BB out for a little bit, but I think he had a good time there.
Vince is not somebody who's going to go to a movie theater and sit and watch a movie, though, is he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you can sit still that long.
Yeah, he has to be doing stuff, man.
Pretty classy lady asking, what are your thoughts on the first Saudi Arabia Royal Rumble?
I hadn't really even thought about it. My thing is this, and I may get a little heat for saying this, but I know it's all about the dollar too, but just to take that Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, to overseas and take an American tradition, something that started here, and then plus not only that, you got high price on the tickets too, so it's kind of the American people here kind of getting the shaft, you know what I mean? So,
and it's not the easiest of times right now either. I mean,
no, people ain't got no money now, brother. I tell you what, you go to the grocery store now and look at some of this stuff that was costing $2, now it's $5.
Oh, yeah.
You go in Walmart, man, you get 5 items or more, you spend $100 or maybe more.
Oh yeah, that's why I tell my wife, quit going to the Walmart. Every time you walk in there, you walk out spending money.
Ain't nothing you can do. Wherever you go, it's high. Everything's high, so you're surrounded by high prices, and so it's like I said, I could be wrong, and I know I still, like I said, it's about the dollar, but I don't think Vince would have done that. I think he would have, if he would have been a part of that, he would have did it a different way so that it didn't look like it did any harm to the people here in America. But I just don't. Like I said, it's about it's money and power, man. That's what it's all about. And if you ain't got that, you ain't got nothing.
And I'm not that down on having pay-per-views in another country. I just think when you have your major pay-per-views, they should be held in America. I don't know why I feel that way, but I think it's because the American fans who for all these years helped build that company, suddenly you're telling them they're not as important as we thought we were, that maybe the other countries with more money are more, better.
If I'd have did that, then I'd have had 2 WrestleManias. I'd have had the real deal right here in America for the people, you know what I mean? And then maybe instead of what follows that, SummerSlam, instead of SummerSlam, I'd have went straight into Saudi with WrestleMania 2.
Or just come up with a brand new event that sounds just as big as WrestleMania, but it's held in a different country. It was not difficult to do. There are a lot of options, not just, we're leaving America and we're going to go over to Saudi for WrestleMania in 27. Yeah, you wait until 2027. You just wait and see how fans are going to react when there's no WrestleMania in the States. There's nowhere to go to have a good time for 3 or 4 days, because it's more than just a show that we're going to miss. We're missing the opportunity to get with friends on a yearly basis, to hang out and talk and spend money, buy merch. I mean, all the stuff we do year after year. And suddenly in 2027, there's not going to be one that you can go to. Not yet. But I bet something happens.
We'll just have to see what happens. Something could change any day. So we'll just wait and see.
Let's see. Who is this? I couldn't read this on the small screen. Martin's daddy. Holla, player. Love the show. What's up, Mac and Teddy?
What's going on with you, player?
Let's see. Also, we have Christian stopping by, and that's Rodriguez. Do you remember how to say his last name, Teddy?
Espino,
that's right.
Espino, I got it.
Okay. And he's saying, how's it going, guys?
We're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good too, man. Stay warm.
And let's see. Get rid of that. This thing's moving slow. Patrick saying powerlifter and trained with AJ Styles and NWA. Okay. Yeah, man. Okay, Patrick. I think I know who you are now. Let's see. And also we have he's saying, thank you, Mac. New pay-per-view name. I wonder what would be a good pay-per-view name for if you had a second WrestleMania. What would be a good one, Teddy?
God,
it's all about the money. That's it. It needs to be something about money, greed.
Oh, they could do. Oh, I'd name it Money in the Bank.
There you go, Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Every time you go to Saudi, it's Money in the Bank.
Herb Simmons in the room saying good evening, and Herb, good to see you in here as always.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk with Herb. We had a chance to stop a minute over at last week over at Abdullah the Butcher's birthday party. So I had seen Herb over there. He's still looking great, and just, amazing how he drove all the way up from St. Louis to help Abdullah celebrate, and then drove right back. So that's dedication there. There's another thing that's something that he didn't have to do.
Yeah.
So thank you, Herb. Thank you.
And look, here's something I love about Herb too. Last year, the FanFest 3, we had tornadoes, and it was not the best weather in the world. The crowd was not as large due to the weather and just all the problems that had happened that particular weekend. And here's Herb again. He's going straight back in there, and he's doing it again. He could have easily folded up the tent and closed it all up, and he didn't. He's moving forward with Nick Riddenauer, making sure that this event comes off the way that we want it to come off. And so I'm looking forward to that. And Herb, it's good to see you in here. By the way, I want to mention that Herb will also be going into the Hall of Fame this year, into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. He had a problem with that, Teddy, because he kept saying that, there hasn't been a promoter put into the Hall of Fame before.
Well, that's why we should do it. Make it a first.
Yeah, and he was worried that maybe it would start a trend. And I said, no, not unless they've been there for 50 years like you. You've been over there 50 years. There's a reason why you belong in that Hall of Fame.
Should have been in there a long time ago.
Amen. Let's see. What else do we have? Jackson on Facebook with a name association. Let's see. We can do some of these and still get in some of the comments if we have any more comments. If you got something you want to get into, Teddy, do that real fast. But anyhow, let's see. Jackson on Facebook, a name association. These are names, some of the older names from your early career, Teddy. First one is Bam Bam Bigelow.
What's he want to know?
He wants to know your thoughts, anything about Bam Bam.
Oh, okay. Why didn't I see nothing under there? Okay, yeah, Bam Bam. I had a chance to work with him, man. He wasn't a bad guy to work with. Nice guy, man. Really good guy.
Let's see. The next one was Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Don't really know him that well. I spoke to him and on occasions and stuff, but he never talked to me or nothing, so I don't really know him.
Let's see. The other one here. Now, this is one I'm sure you probably have worked with, Ivan Koloff.
Oh yeah. Ivan, man, he's another real nice guy to work with. It's amazing what such a heel character was he on TV. And I had to, I'm learning now. I'm just breaking in, and then he comes back and he's talking to me as I was refereeing one of his matches, and the whole tone changed. He's got this little mild mannered voice, and I'm looking at him. Right.
There were so many of those guys, Teddy, back in the early days that they would scare you to death if you didn't
Oh
really
yeah,
know who they were, because they sold it all the time. So it was
yeah.
you
Well, that's
believed
the
it a little
name
bit
of the
more.
game, man. That's how you made money. You sold, and if some of these young guys and girls could learn that today, they might be better off.
Yep, true. New England Fan Fest saying, "Good evening, gentlemen. Hey,
Good afternoon to you guys.
hey, and look here, New England Fan Fest. Anytime that you'd like to have Teddy and I there, we'd love to come."
Yes.
Let's see. Another name on here for a name association, Teddy, is oh, I want to skip that one into the last one. Let's see. The next one is King Kong Bundy.
Me and Bundy, I think I kind of got to know him when I started working for Vince. I didn't know him that well, but I met him one time on a signing. Me and him was sitting at the table with each other, so I did have a chance to talk with him and speak with him. So he was a nice guy.
All right, the next one I know what you're going to say. We got two more, and the first one is Sting.
Great guy. Worked with him and had a good time with him. And he was also, all the time. He always gave me respect and stuff. And like I said, another nice guy I had to work with.
All right, Teddy, here's the name that I skipped that's on this list. And some people may not know exactly this name as it pertains to you, but you will. Back at the time, this gentleman's name was Johnny Ace.
Well, ain't nothing I can say about John Laurinaitis is that, I mean, people may get mad, but I'm just speaking the truth. This was the most racist, evil person I've ever seen in my entire life. Never did nothing to this man, nothing or nothing. So I don't understand what the hatred was for me. Only thing I could say it was just because of of me being black. That's all I can tell you. Because I never did nothing, and he just stayed on me all the time. Would never give me a raise or nothing, And I couldn't ask for no money because he would take that and go to Vince and say that I was complaining now that I need more money and all this stuff. So it was just working with him was just terrible, man. Just terrible.
And I hate. There's always somebody like that wherever you work. There's always somebody with that kind of a.
Here's
attitude.
a guy that wanted to release me for doing my job. WWE's the only company I ever know that release you for doing your job.
Yep.
And then like I said, with him, I found out. Then I had to also have an opportunity to find out about another one that I thought that cared, but now yeah, man, it's a mess.
All right, Teddy. By the way, Paul Eubanks stopped by to say hello. Good to see you, Paul. It's been a while. The first time I met Paul was at that. It was in Dudley, Georgia, at that event that guy held. That he just ripped everybody off. He didn't have any intention of paying anybody. You remember this event, Teddy?
Yeah, it was in Dublin down there.
Yeah, it actually was in Dudley, Georgia, is where it was.
Dudley,
called.
whatever it was. Yeah. I remember. Well, Paul, I seen him somewhere else too. I see him every once in a while, and I follow him on Messenger and stuff. Yeah, I know Paul real well.
All right, Teddy, we got to pick a name tonight or a question, whichever one you like the most this evening, to get a free road trip after hours ball cap. And while he's thinking about that, I want to invite you to understand that we started switching this show for a reason. Thursday nights, I've started doing a program with JCW. For those of you who will go and find that tomorrow night, you're probably not going to find it. And there's a reason for that. But it's all good. Just kind of keep that in mind. And I'll tell you more as we get down the line. Teddy, who do you think tonight should be our winner?
Well, it shouldn't be all the time so much about who asked the best question or not. I think we just, whoever had the best comment or just, so, and I think we ought to do it. Let's send our lovely Dollar Skaggs, one of our road trip after hours hats. Let's get that to Dollar.
Darla, you got my information. Send me your mailing address, and I will get that out. I promise. In fact, I'll probably get it out tomorrow because I'm going to try to beat this weather before it moves in.
And one thing about Darla, she will wear the hat.
Oh, yes, she will. She'll wear it whenever I see her next time, whether I see her in St. Louis or wherever it may be. So,
yeah.
All right. I've enjoyed it, Teddy. Thank you so much. I'll see you again next Wednesday night. Is there anything coming up for you that we haven't talked about?
Oh, no, I think we covered everything pretty good, man. I'm just going to try to sit back, take it easy here, and try to stay safe and watch and see what this weather does.
Yeah, man. All right, we'll see you again. Hopefully hopefully we'll have power here next Wednesday night, same time, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, and it's Road Trip After Hours. Make sure that you go down, hit that subscribe button, and also the notifications button. All of that helps this channel as we continue to make it grow. Our goal at the end of this year is to make sure we're over 10,000 subscribers. So please help us do that. Share this. Anybody you know, tell them please just subscribe. I promise we won't bother you. It's not 2 hours, not 3 hours long podcast. This is a fast, fun show that we always want to have you involved. So,
and it's free.
And hell, that's the best part. Anytime something's free, it's always best, right? All right, we're out of here. I'm Mac Davis, and that's WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long.
All the players.